Good evening, Eagles fans. Marton here outside the Scotia Barn for another episode. Okay, nope, redo. Pre-game. Okay. Good evening, Surrey Eagles fans. Marton here outside the Scotia Barn getting you set for another Surrey Eagles game day coming to you live on BCHL TV, powered by Hockey TV and Mixler.com/EaglesBCHL. Tonight, the Eagles will look for wins in back-to-back nights against two different teams. They will go up against the Coquitlam Express here, looking for their third win in the 2021 pod season presented by Shaw. So as we talk about how this Eagles team has done, they just barely squeaked out a win last night over the Powell River Kings by a score of 5-4. We're going to be looking for the Eagles to kind of tighten up defensively, try and help themselves get out of their own zone and limit the turnovers. That's going to be one of the keys to the game. We'll get to some of the other ones later, but we'll talk about the key players to watch in tonight's contest. For the Eagles, we're going to be focusing on number 15, Tio Daddario, who has been a great acquisition for Surrey. He is proving to be an impact center in the BCHL so far in his 3-game BCHL career. He has 3 goals on the season. He had 2 last night in the win versus Powell River. Look for him to continue his emergence as a top-end center in the league. For the Coquitlam Express, the player we're going to be focusing on is the only player who scored in the game between Surrey and Coquitlam back at the beginning of the season. That is centerman Sam Merritt. The Toronto, Ontario native split the 2019-20 season with the Brampton Admirals and the Markham Royals, putting up 23 points in 42 games. He has got 3 points in just 2 games here with Coquitlam in a second-line spot. Look for him to kind of give the Express some more depth scoring, something they are going to desperately need against this Eagles team this evening. Your 3 keys for the contest tonight. The first key for Surrey is the one that I made mention of earlier. The Eagles need to tighten up defensively. 3 goals in the final 11 minutes of the contest made it closer than I think the Eagles would have liked it after having a 5-1 lead, so look for the Eagles to be better defensively here this evening. Another key for the night's game is the fact that the Eagles, they still need to simplify. Cam Keith has talked about wanting to make sure that these players are making the right decisions in crucial areas. They need to simplify their game and build off of that. If they're able to do that, I see them having success here in the Scotia Barn against Coquitlam. And the final key to tonight's game, I love saying it, in Tommy we trust. Scarfoni will make his second start of the season after hitting the last 2 nights off. Look for him to be fantastic as always. He only gave up 1 goal in the season opening win against the Express. That's all here for the pregame summary. Before we go live on Mixler.com/EaglesBCHL and BCHL TV powered by Hockey TV, hope you all enjoyed an interview with Eagles head coach Cam Keith talking about the way his team has performed, what he'd like to see improved upon, and more. So don't go anywhere. The interview with Eagles head coach Cam Keith is coming up next on Surrey Eagles Hockey.
Cole Marton, play-by-play broadcaster of the Eagles, and I am here with Eagles head coach Cam Keith ahead of tonight's match versus the Coquitlam Express. And Cam, thank you so much for doing it. And the first question that I have for you is, you talked in the postgame about the adjustment that your team will need to make after giving up 3 late goals in the win over Powell River. To fans who haven't read that postgame, what is something you want to see differently here tonight from the Eagles?
We've been talking in the room about puck management in different situations, whether it's you have a puck in a crucial area. When I say crucial area, it's at the blue lines trying to get pucks out of the D zone. This decision whether to try to make a one-on-one move rather than make the simple kind of chip in deep, make that initial quick pass, or hang on to it and try to make a pass up the middle. The tendency of players early on is to show how much they've improved, kind of display themselves on an individual level. And we're trying to kind of meet in the middle there as a group where you're still showcasing yourself, but you're keeping it simple and kind of building your confidence that way. And so that's a process that I think most teams and kids are going through at this time. And we just got to get better at that, to not allow teams to kind of go on these offensive chances or create these offensive chances that they wouldn't normally get unless it was through a turnover or something that's not earned, so to speak.
You talk about every team in the BCHL and in this pod having to adjust to the way that the season will be played in such a short amount of time, but you are in the midst now of a 4-game and 5-night slate. Last night we saw some key players not in the lineup. Talk about what it's like for you being able to use all of these different pieces that you have at your disposal to build a lineup each and every night.
Yeah, that's one of the strengths this team has, is it has a lot of depth. Because of the structure of the season, we're taking a development model where all the kids are going to play, for the most part, equal ice, equal opportunity. They're going to be playing. You'll see different lineup combinations every night. I think that's just the best way to go, considering, all these kids have put in 6 months of practicing. It's a pay to play model right now. And so we kind of got to do that accordingly. Now, that being said, there are times and places that you kind of got to go with the guys that are playing well and the guys that are doing it. We still want to win hockey games, but this is for the kids. This is to showcase themselves to the scouts and develop through playing games. So that's our main focus. And that's why you're going to see Kieran O'Hearn and Jimmy Darby not playing a game. In a normal season, you wouldn't see that unless they're injured or we have some kind of situation where we want to rest some kids. But this is a 25-man roster, and we're gonna, for the most part, we're gonna be playing equal ice, equal opportunity. But it's gonna be fun. You're gonna be seeing different lineup combinations. Tonight we got Holden Cardinal playing with Katzele, and so it's going to be fun for those kids, and I'm hoping it's going to be fun for the parents to watch as well.
All right, final question for you. It's a nice, easy one here. What is your key to tonight's game against the Coquitlam Express?
Yeah, it's actually going to be the same key that we had last night: is simplicity early on. Try to find our game through making the right play, the easy play, not get caught out there too long. Our shift flanks were too long yesterday, which led to mental errors. So as these kids are starting to adjust to playing games and doing those shift lengths where it gets harder, we're trying to minimize or control our energy so that we're able to play, strong third periods. And then also when you're playing 4 and 5 nights, we have to make sure we manage our energy. So I'll be doing short shifts with the guys, a lot of line changes, try to keep everyone fresh, try to have everyone playing different roles, power play, PK, and try to get everybody else involved so that we can kind of maintain that energy throughout tonight and also in the next 2 games that we'll be playing on the weekend.
All right, Cam, thank you so much for doing this. I'll check in again on Saturday, but best of luck this evening against the Coquitlam Express.
Thanks, The Voice.